music in our Christmas party. I arranged it without having prior kind of training. I was in level 1 and I jumped in and wanted really to help Marcy because she does so much for us, and I knew Christmas time everybody has really crazy schedule, and I had time to help. So I jumped in and I said, I've planned lots of parties in our home. I should be able to do this. Shouldn't be that bad. I was wrong. It's very different from home parties. So I read through everything in Basecamp and Easy Talk, anything possibly I could read, and I called Marcy a million times and emailed her a million times, and I thought I figured everything out. So when I want to prepare a party or arrange a meeting, I usually say, okay, I want to imagine how I want it to look like. So just don't worry and close your eyes and just think what you want to hear, what you want to see, and what you want to taste. So when you answer those questions, then gradually, the party comes to be. And I'm a big fan of music, being a dancer, so I live with music. So I thought, you can't have Christmas potluck without Christmas music. And we brainstormed together with Marcy, and we came up with the music you just heard. And actually, after the party, we had really good feedback about it. People said, especially people who came from work and meetings, they said they really felt relaxed and they felt they are in a different atmosphere. It recharged them to go back to work. So that worked really well. The problems that came to me and I learned from was that for every key point, every key task, I have to have a backup, otherwise everything falls apart. One of the key points was cutleries. We need something to eat with. No matter how much good food is there, if I don't have plate and cutlery, nobody can eat. There's no potluck. I didn't have backup for that, but fortunately Tammy had signed up for that, and 30 years of project management. She wouldn't be able to make it on time, but she sent it with other people. So smart. See, she just knows because she's such a good project manager. And then we had change of day. So because of this change of day, I got really long emails and long phone calls from people because they felt guilty that they couldn't make it, or they couldn't bring the dish, or they couldn't make it that day. And I didn't know why these people are so worried because, well, if I don't do something, there's so many other people in the club, they would do it. But they felt really necessary to call me and talk for 15 minutes in the night that I'm worried for a million things to go right. And I just had to say, see, sorry, I have to go by. I had to cut them off in the middle of their conversation. And I got emails from people of our club that I never met. I didn't know who they are, and I didn't know why they felt so guilty that they sent me such a long email. Another backup that would be good, like I had enough connections to have it, but I had one of us volunteer to let us in because this is not a public place. We meet in a company room. So the person who was going to let us in, she said she's ill. And I was like, oh my God, who's going to let us in? I imagined, oh my God, the image I had for our party, now everybody's behind the door and nobody's letting us in. So I emailed everybody, and Ruby volunteered. So the first problem actually before all of this was the Google spreadsheet. Most people could not open Google spreadsheet to add anything. And I had my genius system analyst, my husband beside me, so to troubleshoot for everything. But apparently, every little computer has its own firewall set up. So you can be just using your personal computer at home, and it's not opening the Google Sheet, because firewall recognizes it as a spam. So first of all, most of floor employees did not couldn't access the spreadsheet except 2 people. And most of the individuals that they were checking from their home, they couldn't open the spreadsheet. But luckily, I had the hard copy backup, and when I did the first talk, I just passed it around in the beginning and I said, write what you are volunteer, and then I could directly by email communicate with them. So my learning, the biggest learning I had actually, I haven't shared it with you. It was about the program. The special events in Toastmaster is not done with agenda. They told me make sure the program is right. I'm like, okay. Just thinking that program is the same as agenda. It wasn't. I talked to Marcy, we detailed all the little programs and everything that was going on, and then very proudly I sent it to Lisa and I said, you were worried for the program, here is the program. And she's like, no, eating comes first, this is special. Eating comes first. I'm like, that makes sense. Actually, my husband said, I just come and help and then leave. But if eating comes first, he was very eager to show up. Actually, he stayed the whole program. So, special program, eating should be first. You'll get more people coming. So, and then she said, no, it's not an agenda. You prepare special. And she sent me 7:45 a.m. the same day that we had the potluck, the program, and oh my God, now I have to update this. Who's gonna print it? So I was like emailing everybody, and then Irma answered me. I'm like, oh, thank you. Irma said, I'll print it for you, don't worry, because my home printer wasn't printing it the right way that I could give it to people. So problem solved, you know, when you're in a Toastmaster, that everybody is responsible and everybody wants to help. Even if one person cannot make it, somebody else comes and make it. So if you're responsible for anything like Christmas potluck, just close your eyes, imagine what you want to see, what you want to hear, what you want to taste, and make sure you have the program. And then you're fine. Everything is gonna work well. Thank you very much.